Hi there, Pile One. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this Nine of Cups guy, kind of looks like a vaguely disappointed Santa Claus without a beard, then you are in the right space. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle for your oracle cards, and then we will get into the tarot. So I'm just going to take your deck, set it aside. So the first deck we are going to use is this one. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the companion deck to the Ethereal Visions Tarot. It's an oracle deck. It's really beautiful, but we're just gonna kind of shuffle these up because I haven't used any of these cards in a while. And then we have Spirit Animal Oracle, the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal Oracle. I love these cards. I love all of the Wild Unknown decks. I think I have 3 of Kim Kranz. She's the artist and the author. I think I have 3 of her decks, and she has 4 or 5 out now. And we have the Love Story Oracle, which is another really good one. I can't remember who the artist is, but she has other decks. This is the only one I really resonated with, though. It's really beautiful. Okay. So we're going to be tapping into your energy. But by doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask, what is your relationship to yourself currently? So we're going to start with the energy that you're in with this deck. Well, actually with this one, the energy that you're in, how you view yourself, and then what your relationship to yourself is currently like. And we're going to pull 1, and 3 of these. So 2 cards plus 3 of these guys. And then we have my little baby Wild Unknown deck here, just for clarification later on. So let's go ahead and get started. Spirit, can you tell me what is the energy that Pile 1 is in currently, please? We get 1 card to embody their energy currently. Okay. Go ahead and set this one aside. And we got the Shadow. And then can we get a card for Pile 1's energy, please? Let me take that one since it doesn't want to go. We got the Fire Ant in the reverse. So the reverse for these cards essentially just means that this energy is in maladaptive energy, or like it's in a kind of energy that's distorted or blocked. And then can we get cards to describe Pile 1's relationship to themselves, please? Pile 1's relationship to themselves. We got a couple more. Pile 1's relationship to themselves, Spirit. Okay. 1 more, please, Spirit. Pile 1's relationship to themselves. Your energy is stubborn. This must be the pile for those of you who are like either tarot skeptics or newer to this and don't really know how to react or know how to take things. So you're probably starting your spiritual journey. I'm gonna take a second to center myself and breathe a little. Okay. Pile 1's energy, their relationship to themselves, please, Spirit. What is their relationship to themselves like? And we got a card. All right, so we have codependency. Some of you might suffer from being codependent, and it doesn't mean that you're codependent in relationships necessarily. We have respect, but this came out in the reverse. So it would actually be a lack thereof, a lack of self-respect, which is where that codependency comes in. And then heartbreak. So if the energy I'm about to describe does not resonate, please pick a different pile. Even if this card felt like good to you, I would pick a different pile, because this is kind of like the checkpoint of like, okay, is this your pile? Is this your energy that I'm tapping into? And then remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If it's not for you, it's not for you, and that's perfectly okay. So when I look at this energy, I see somebody who is starting their spiritual journey, like I had said before, but they're starting with the hardest part. You're starting by working through your shadows. Notice how here this woman, she's like essentially lifting the veil or pulling a blanket. She's supposed to represent the goddess Nyx, pulling the night sky over everything. However, I always look at it as like lifting the veil between the realms. So it's like currently you're in this energy where you're very reactive. You probably feel like everyone is out to get you right now. And that's because you're starting to open the door to healing these triggers, these things that trigger you through codependency. So like, I like how this shows like an astral hand, and I like that in these when they show like an astral hand like that, because to me it's very indicative of like your spiritual self. So right now your spiritual self feels trapped, and it feels stuck in your corporeal form, in your physical form. So you might be too dependent on the physical world to show you or to help you on your healing journey. You might be one of those people who you only believe what you see, and anything else is just, you know, if you can't see it, taste it, touch it, smell it, then it doesn't exist, essentially. But Spirit is asking you to wake up to your cycles and to start taking the necessary steps to work towards healing your spiritual body along with your emotional and your physical selves. So when I look at your relationship to yourself, I don't just see how your higher self feels trapped, feels weighed down, feels stuck, but I also see that you're somebody who gives yourself away a lot. Notice how half of this heart is missing and it's on a necklace. You're somebody who gives away pieces of yourself. The phrase lighting yourself on fire to keep others warm is like very prevalent in my head right now. And that's very much so what it seems to be doing. Like, because you are in such denial of yourself and you really don't have this sense of like respect, this sense of companionship to where you're bonding with yourself and you're accepting yourself as you are, including all of your shadows and your triggers, and learning how to heal these and transform them through giving them extra love and compassion. You're putting yourself in these situations where you're constantly getting hurt, whether it's through romantic relationships or friendships or familial relationships. You are just constantly in the energy of hurting yourself, and it's a cyclical thing. And until you lift that veil to start looking at your triggers and start looking at your spirituality, or rather anything that would make you, because I would assume if you're here watching a tarot video of all things, that you are working on your spiritual body and awareness and your higher self and learning to like bring that into balance. Then I would assume you're starting your spiritual path. And like, it just, this is a lot of pain. This is a lot of, like, when I think of fire ants, I always think of this one Discovery Channel like episode or something where it was like these ants smelled an infant from like a mile away, and they came and like devoured the infant in Africa or something like that. It was wild. But like, or like Ants Canada, he's a cool YouTuber. You should check his channel out if you like bugs. But how the fire ants are just so aggressive, and they devour really anything that they can get their little pinchers onto. And like, that's kind of like what you're doing. It's like anything that combats you right now is just immediately torn to pieces and then left for dead, essentially, because you're not having it. But you need to stop being so volatile with your triggers and how you react, because I know that like lifting this veil and starting to explore your shadow side is very painful and it's very hard. But you need to be kinder to yourself, and you need to be kinder to others, because when we look at this, you know, I see somebody who is trying but isn't aware of the fact that the things that they're doing is hurting the people around them, the people who genuinely care for them and love them. When somebody truly loves you, they are going to hold you accountable for your shitty behaviors, for your shitty reactions, and that's okay. That's what they're supposed to do, because when people truly love us, they want us to grow, and you need to trust that the love that they've shown you over time is enough of a consistent pattern to show you like, hey, this person isn't saying this to hurt me or to attack me or to do anything other than remind me like they love me, but this isn't good for me. I am not good for me right now. I am hurting myself. I am hurting those around me that I love in some kind of way. And it's causing difficulties in my life. It's causing me to be codependent and to walk into these cycles and not think about the repercussions. And it's causing me to deny respect to myself, and it's causing me to not connect to my higher self, and it's causing me to not work on the path to my highest good. Everybody's highest good looks different. Only you know what your highest good looks like. Success is a state of mind. Always remember that. It's all about perception, just like love or not love, but just like beauty and perfection. Success is in the eye of the beholder. What success looks like for you could be a white picket fence and a family and a dog, and what success looks like for somebody else could be no children in a high-rise apartment in New York or something like that. It looks different to everybody. That doesn't mean that you're any less successful. Don't compare yourself to others, and just focus on the things that bring you joy, and focus on trusting the people that you love and that you know love you through the actions that they have taken to show you that they love you. Because they're going to hold you accountable and aware, and try to make you self-aware. But if you're constantly attacking them and swarming them with all of this negative, aggressive energy, then you're going to have to go through this healing journey on your own, and that is going to be very difficult and very painful. So already I can tell you that one of the ways you can improve your relationship to yourself and show more love to yourself is A, being kinder to yourself, and also being kinder to those around you that are trying to make you more self-aware, so that way you can actually heal and grow with your support system versus having to go it alone, you know? Ants are a colony. They do everything together. They even leave little scent trails. So maybe you should be looking to people who have stepped farther or who are farther along in their healing journey than you are. Kind of like follow their trail and see what has done, or see what they've done that works for them, and see if you can follow that. Because when these guys work together, they can tear apart like an entire chicken carcass, piece by piece, and it's just like gone in an instant almost. It's insane. But that's the collaborative effort of an ant colony, or rather an aggressive fire ant colony, when it's working together in harmony. Without further ado though, we're going to go ahead and get into your tarot. So I'm trying a new way of shuffling, so bear with me, please. It's kind of tough for me because I have little hands. I am a small person, and these are big sturdy cards. So we're just gonna, hey, it worked. All right, cool. I was afraid I was gonna mess that up, not even gonna lie. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Spirit, how can pile one improve their relationship to their self? How can pile one show themselves self-love this February? Okay, we have Justice. How can pile one show them self-love in February? How can pile one show them self-love this February? The World. Oh, we got some big wheels turning. I swear if the wheel shows up now, I'm gonna be beyond myself. The Magician. Okay, it's not the Wheel of Fortune, but we're there. We got the Hermit. You guys are going through like a major awakening right now, because so far we just have all major arcanas. Oh wait, there's another one that had flipped. And the Two of Cups. Was there any more that flipped that I missed? No? Okay. And then we'll do the clarifiers. Alright, can we get a clarifier for Justice? Okay. And can we get... Which way do you want to go? This way? Okay. Can we get a clarifier for the World, please? Okay. Clarifier for the Magician. The Magician, please. The Hermit. Oh. Okay. And then the Two of Cups. Sometimes tarot still goofs me because, like, that's just wild. Whenever that happens, it's wild. We got Temperance in reverse. So because those two cards wanted to pop out upright, we're just going to start there. And this makes sense because, like, so normally the Two of Cups is related to, I'm just going to move these up a little, so that way I have some more space. I need to get an actual table. I don't have one right now that I can read tarot on, and it drives me a little bit wild. It drives me a little bit crazy, I'm not going to lie. More than a little bit crazy. Like exponentially crazy. Okay. So, Normally the Two of Cups is about like romantic love and bringing stuff in, but we have here bringing balance back into your life, because like with this Temperance card, it's really beautiful. It talks about how the heron effortlessly blends water and fire together to create this harmonious like inclusion. But so this is going to talk about bringing balance back into your life through surrender and introspection. So we're not gonna read this way. We're gonna read this way. So one of the ways that you can work on loving yourself more is by focusing on giving yourself what you wish somebody else would give you. So like, look how the cups here are mirrored. They're mirrored from, there's a light cup and a dark cup. You can see the gilding, hopefully. There's a light cup and a dark cup. So it's about bringing together your two sides, bringing together your higher self and your shadow aspects, and learning to blend them into your reality, so that way you can become a whole person and you can bring that balance back into your life. Because when you focus on giving yourself the love that you wish somebody else would, you give yourself more compassion and more room for that compassion. It's interesting because this is essentially just like an emphasis of what I was saying as far as your energy, but it really looks like that this is the first step, is like taking that step to start showing yourself and your shadow side the love that it deserves, so that way you can bring harmony back into your life. Because right now you're out of balance, and it looks like you do this through introspection, so the Hermit isn't necessarily like isolation. There's a difference between being lonely and being alone. Being lonely is not a choice. That is when you are isolated due to depression or just like mental health in general, people not reaching out to you, stuff like that. Whereas the Hermit talks about choosing to be alone through embarking, or like by knowing that it's what's best for you. So look here, they both have this lantern, and that's because they are learning how to light their own path, which is essentially what giving yourself love does. And I genuinely mean like giving yourself the love that you wish somebody else would give you. If you want flowers, go buy yourself some fucking flowers. If you want a date, go take yourself out, bring a friend. Notice how in this Hermit card we have this turtle, and or a tortoise actually, and he's in his shell. He's in his shell because he's choosing to focus on his own safety, and he's choosing to focus on his own world and grow and light the world that he is trying to live in, focusing on being his own light. That's kind of what it is with the Hermit. So with the Hermit, it's about choosing to be alone, because you know that being alone, focusing on yourself, choosing your path, and giving yourself the love that you wish somebody else would give you is what is best for you right now. And I was right about you guys starting on this spiritual awakening, because we have all of this major arcana and literally the Hermit emphasized. So you're really meant to focus on yourself and your well-being and what makes you feel loved and safe and happy and healthy right now. And I don't mean safe like avoiding your triggers, because our triggers are important for us to understand where we need to do healing work. But you might be, with that fire ant, you might have trouble with like projecting your insecurities and your triggers onto other people, which can cause, you know, problems, which is why being alone might be better. So that way you can recognize, oh hey, I don't have to set myself on fire to keep other people warm. I am my own light. I will light my own path and lead the way. I don't need other people around. I need to focus on why these triggers are here and how can I best heal them. And that's where we bring the magician energy in. So we have the 3 of Pentacles right now. So yeah, right now you might actually not have a support system. And you could be working on manifesting that for yourself right now, which is where this 3 of Pentacles comes in. Excuse me. It's been the weather's been kind of weird lately, where we'll get really warm here and then really cold. And my throat has been kind of sore. So excuse me. But you might be working on manifesting your support right now. It looks like you're working on manifesting bringing balance into your life, and bringing the end of a cycle about, because we have the World card here and Justice here. So it looks like that by using this Hermit energy and by taking the time to focus on yourself and on your journey, because it doesn't mean like focus on yourself like, oh, you can't hang out with your friends or anything. It's just like, if you hear that like Susie Q is gossiping about Lisa and her boyfriend, you just like need to dismiss it and not involve yourself, because like you got so much that you need to do for yourself. You don't need to be worrying about what's going on in other people's lives or gossip or drama or any of that, because like you need to bring yourself into balance, because A, gossip doesn't help anybody. B, you can barely help yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and you need to stop trying. Welcome to the Blunt Tarot channel, where we are not always the nicest. I'm so sorry. So with this World card, we have the 7 of Swords. And then we have the 2 of Cups again with Justice. Okay. So things come back into balance right away for you. We see that here. And this one, it might lead, for some of you, it might actually lead you on your path to like a new romantic beginning. Or if you're in a relationship, it might lead you to a renewal of the romance in your relationship with your person. But this is about you, so we're going to try and focus on that energy here. Oh, I bumped everything. So it really looks like by focusing on your journey, and by no longer lying to yourself, because if we look with the 7 of Swords, there's 6 swords hanging above, but then the 7th sword is tucked underneath the fox's tail, and that's because the fox is hiding it in preparation for what is to come, because the fox lives in fear. The fox lives in a state where, because they are essentially deceiving others by masking, it makes them very volatile. And here's where that fire ant energy comes in again, where you need to close out this cycle of thinking you have nobody in your corner, because actually you have a really strong support system. And it's about recognizing that you can trust the people who have tried to put themselves out there to be this support system for you. They're there. You don't have to manifest them, because they are here, actually. And you have so much power at your disposal. It's just about closing out this cycle of self-deception, self-deprecation, of deceiving others, pretending to be okay. That's something that you need to stop doing. Pretending to be okay with things that are triggering you. You need to be able to step up and talk to these people and be like, hey, look, what you did really upset me, and I don't really understand why. And having the courage to acknowledge that you don't know why or you don't know is a huge step forward. So by saying something like, I don't know why this triggered me, but it did. Do you think that you could help me with this? Do you think that we could talk about it? Because when you communicate with your support system, they will help you bring things back into a point of balance. And justice talks about being vindicated, essentially. Being vindicated by being able to bring things into balance. And so by bringing things into balance, by relying on your support system, it's going to be really beneficial to your journey. I don't know, it just seems so straightforward to me, and I feel bad because I don't usually get like a lot of room for nuance in these readings or in readings in general. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know how to communicate any other way than being direct. So here you go. As far as signs go, we have Justice, so we have Libra here. We have the Hermit twice, which is Virgo, so a lot of you might embody Virgo energy. I didn't mean to say that so mean. Oh my god. A lot of you might embody Virgo energy, or a lot of you might be Virgos or have like a strong Virgo placement. And then we have the World card, which is the 4 fixed signs. So like we have Taurus and Aquarius and Leo and actually Scorpio. Fun fact that the ascended version of Scorpio is actually an eagle, not a scorpion. Scorpion is the distorted version or distorted energy of Scorpio. I am an eagle Scorpio right now because I worked on ascending my shadow aspects that relate to my Scorpio, which is cool. It feels good. Feels good to be able to share this. And then we have the 2 of Cups here twice, which always gives me major Cancer vibes, but it could also be Scorpio or Pisces. Air with the Swords card here. So it could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Temperance, Water and Fire. And then we kind of have a little bit of every sign, but the major ones I'm going to call out are going to be Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aries with the Magician card, Libra with the Justice card, Cancer, and Virgo. And then any fire, water, cusp signs. So like Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces, Aries, or Cancer, Leo. Any of those cusp signs might relate to here. So now we are going to focus on what can you do to show yourself more love this month. So we're not going to take that yet because I need to shuffle these a bit. What can pile 1 do to show themselves more love this month, please, Spirit? How can pile 1 show themselves more love? Okay, we're going to take the top one. We have Free Spirit. I'm going to take 3 of these. What can pile 1 do to show themselves more love? We have Trust. And then we have one more, please, Spirit. How can pile 1 show themselves more love? Patience. Yeah, I love this deck too because it's really diverse, and it's just so beautiful. Like, look at this Patience card. Look at those colors. They're incredible. But yeah, so we have Free Spirit, Trust, and Patience. So for some of you, embracing your nature as, like, I'm hearing like a fire or an air sign specifically. Embracing embracing your true nature through like creativity maybe, or things that make you feel released. One of the best ways for me to explain that feeling and like what that feels like is when I get really stressed, I like to go swing. And that's because I can just close my eyes and feel the whole world just like float away for a little bit. So doing things that give you that kind of a feeling, trusting yourself, trusting your community that you've built, your community of support, trusting your journey, trusting your spirit, your higher self, that those are ways that you can show yourself more love during the month of February. And then having patience, understanding that things are not going to happen overnight. Everything takes work. And we work on the clock of divine timing, which has no calendar. Having patience with the people around you too, because like you can tell somebody 5-10 times and it's still going to be an adjustment period, but have patience and trust that they are working with you, that it just takes time for things to transform. We're gonna go ahead and get some advice. This is gonna be the Moonology Oracle. And this is the messages from the Mermaids deck. Alright, Spirit. How can pile 1 show themselves more love? Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. We got a couple more. How can pile 1 show themselves more love this month? How can pile 1 show themselves more love this month, Spirit? Don't let your past hold you back with the South Node. And we're getting a lot of this turquoisey energy here. So doing heart chakra healing might be helpful for you. And then one more, please, Spirit. How can pile 1 show themselves more love this month? How can pile 1 show themselves more love this month? Alright. One more. Come on. Your stubborn energy is coming out. I think that this one wanted to pop out. Yeah. Emotions are running high with supermoon. So, yeah, kind of like with the emotions running high, definitely learning to manage your reactions and your triggers is going to be super helpful. Focusing on your spiritual journey, like we had said before. Excuse me. Burps are releasing negative energy. So balancing spirituality and practicality. And then some of these, I would look into your South Node too, whatever that may be. I do astrological chart readings too if you're interested, but don't let your past hold you back. So owning up to your mistakes, owning up to the things that you may have damaged in the past, so that way you can bring this back about. Learning to apologize and say I'm sorry is super huge. And then we're gonna go into what do you need to purge this month to show yourself more love. And this is the season of the Witch Oracle. So what does pile 1 need to purge to show themselves more love this month? What does pile 1 need to purge to show themselves more love this month? Okay, we have Wolf with number 44. I don't think there's any repeating numbers other than we have 2 with the 2 of Cups both times, and then we have 9 with the Hermit cards. But otherwise we don't have any repeating numbers. But with the Wolf card, it's 44. It says, devour the ferocious calling within the howling of your spirit. run wildly run wildly into the freedom of your knowing. So to me, this card talks about purging your self-doubt, doing that thing that we talked about where you're trusting your free spirit. By following your free spirit and by trusting your soul to kind of like be the compass and to direct you where to go, that is going to be the thing that you need to work on this month, as far as like what you can purge. And purging is your self-doubt, purging the things that are holding you back from connecting to your spiritual self, to your higher self. And 44 might be a divine number for you. It might be an angel number, so I would look into it. And then I was just going to do some signs, some animal signs to kind of show you that you're on the right path. So we're going to use the Spirit Song Oracle, and we're just going to get some signs quick. Some animals. Oh, here's the Magician again. So Aries might be really significant for you to get you through. What are some signs that pile one can look for on their path? Oh, we got 2 here. Oh, we got the 2 of Cups again. So you really might be working on manifesting a divine counterpart. And then here we have a Ram, so Aries again, or Capricorn, because Capricorns are goats, but okay. So mice and feathers might be significant. Feathers with all the birds here. If you're seeing any kind of feathers out in the world, out in the open, not like just feathers in unusual places and stuff, or just like randomly, not at like a craft store or at Walmart, unless it's like floating around on the floor. But feathers, doves will be significant. Maybe ravens or crows at significant times. Mice, rams, Aries energy is super prevalent here because we have the Magician twice. We have the 2 of Cups 3 times. Shells might be important. Acorns, oak trees. Yeah, and then we have the infinity symbol here with the Magician too. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I have this big charms, this big die holder of charms and die. And these are all just like little trinkets and stuff that have meant a lot to me over time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and close my eyes and mix it up, and we're gonna see if we can get a few things to kind of like some more stuff to show you that you're on your right path. I'm just gonna get a handful. Okay. That's a big handful. So yeah, a lot of you, or not a lot of you, but no, a lot of you at this point are going to be working towards a romantic relationship. We have this this engagement ring here. Well, it's not really an engagement ring, it's a ring. We have this ring here. So some of you are going to be working towards a romantic relationship, definitely. We have a die that came out with the number 5. So May might be significant. The number 5 might be significant. We have the Gur bracelet. So some of you might be like an emo kid, or a former emo kid. That could be like part of your joy is like going back to a style that you loved, or like Nickelodeon, watching shows that you used to love, reconnecting with your inner child. We have this bee dresser handle here. So working on projects, because I was going to use this actually for a cabinet for a project I was working on. So working on projects, DIY stuff. Otherwise you might just be like a busy bee and need to take more time for yourself. Yeah, we got both of them here. So I would say you're a busy bee and you need to take some time to focus on the things that make you happy. We got this little pumpkin here. So maybe you really enjoy fall, but normally there's like a little, it's like a littlest pet shop thing with a little bat in it. So when I see this pumpkin, it makes me think of like more of that childhood stuff. So maybe collecting things that help you feel connected to your childhood. We have this little robot here with one arm. If you haven't seen Astro Boy yet, it's really good. You should watch it on Netflix. It's about robots. I got this when I was in I think I was in Minneapolis when I got this little robot guy, and he was the only one without an arm. So I had to bring him home because I felt so bad for him. Nobody was gonna buy him, just this poor little wounded robot. But so I always think of him as like, you're not a robot. You're so much more than the sum of your parts. So realizing that you are more than the sum of your parts. And then we have this friendship bracelet. So again, like spending time with your friends is going to be really helpful. Working with your support system. We have this little kitty pendant. So maybe some of you really love cats, or cats could be significant to your healing. Maybe spending more time with your pets or your friends who have cats, as far as that goes. And then we have this little tag about Georgia. This was the Pebble Hill plantation. So maybe some of you are from Georgia, maybe travel, because we did get like a lot of my stuff, or not a lot of it, but we did get stuff for from when I've been traveling. Excuse me. So maybe traveling is going to be something that will really help you find joy. We have this bracelet, and I think this is just a black stone. I don't think it's like onyx or obsidian. Maybe it is. I don't remember. I bought this so long ago. But this bracelet always reminds me of summertime because I used to always wear it in the summer. So maybe doing things that remind you, like going indoor swimming if it's cold where you're at, and then like spending more time. My daughter actually made this for me. So maybe spending more time with your family, because this was a gift from my mom. This was a gift from my grandmother. So maybe spending more time with your maternal family will help bring some healing about. Maybe asking them for advice. And then we have this blue gemstone with these swirls. It always reminds me of like people dancing with the way that the motion is. So maybe going dancing could help, or just like dancing in general at home. One of my favorite things to do when I'm feeling really stuck in negative energy is to like throw on some music and just like have a little dance party with my daughter in the kitchen or something. And it's just so fun, and it's so relieving, and it brings me back to that like joyful childhood energy, to where nothing is stressful anymore, and things just feel good. But pile one, we are going to close your reading out here. Thank you so much for attending. I appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing to my OnlyFans, because if you're seeing this, it's because you're subscribed to my OnlyFans. This will be up on, if you're seeing this on Facebook, it's been about a week since I did this reading, but it's timeless, so it can find you whenever. Please follow my Facebook page, and if you are not subscribed to OnlyFans, please subscribe. It helps me be able to do this stuff. But thank you so much for your time. Maybe in the next couple weeks, I'll do a love reading just for you guys, because like, hello, we've got 3 Two of Cups here, and I want to know where this is going. So we'll see. Until the next time, pile one, thank you.